God is throwing himself a party, and you and I, we get to be invited. Now, one of the things that I considered when I thought about someone who would throw themselves a party versus having like a party planner, I thought about how if it's you planning your own party, you know exactly how you want things, you know what order you want things, you know how you want the setup to look and what kind of food you want and the people that you want to be there, the kind of music that you want, the decorations. I consider all of that versus having a party planner, because yes, I can write someone a list and hand it to them and let them do their own thing. But if I'm the one planning it, then I'm gonna make sure everything is on time. I'm gonna make sure all of my decorations are set up the way I want them. I don't have to worry about walking in after the party planner is done and this decoration being over there and the food over here and one dish is missing. When I set up my own party, I'm gonna make sure nothing is missing. I'm gonna make sure nothing is out of place. I'm gonna make sure I have the right kind of food. My decorations are all here. They're where I want them to be. It's so funny because I had someone set up a party for me recently that I wanted to do, because in my mind I knew exactly how I envisioned it. And so when I got to the party that was planned for me, there were things that I would have wanted to look differently and to be in a particular way. And so the beauty in setting up your own party is you get to make it how you want to make it. And so God, he's throwing himself a party and he's making it how he wants to make it. And one of the beautiful things that I thought about is this party that God is throwing for himself. It's not just any party, it's a celebration. And you know what? There are gifts for you. There are gifts that he has for you. Those are the best parties. When you go to this celebration and there's not just gifts for the birthday girl or the birthday boy or the main guest, but there are gifts for everyone. Those tend to be the best party. Like, yeah, I love parties where I'm not just giving but I'm getting. And this is the celebration that God is making ready for you and I, to where he wants to give you things. He wants to bless you with things. He says that in Revelation, as I was meditating on this today, of those that overcome, there are promises for you. And one of the things that I thought about when I looked at that word overcome is there's a prevailing that you have to go through and get through. You have to overcome. You have to overcome you. You have to overcome the world. You have to overcome sin. You have to overcome the enemy. And so with everything that you are going to have to fight through to get to that place, to make it to the party, it's kind of like you've earned this. You've fought for these rewards. You fought to be here. You got here. You overcame. You prevailed. You conquered. And so this is why God is making these promises to all of those that overcome. I want to look at Revelation chapter 2, and I'm just going to go through just some of the promises, some of the treasures and the gifts that he desires to give you and us. If we overcome, if we can get through this life, if we can get through the distractions and everything in order to get to this party, because he's calling many. Many are called, but few are chosen. So he says to him that overcome, I will give to eat of the hidden manna, and will give him a white stone, and in that stone a new name written, which no man knows except he that receives it. He also says this further down in verse 26. He that overcomes and keep my word unto the end, to him I will give power over the nation. Chapter 3, verse 5. He that overcomes, the same shall be clothed in white raiment, and I will not blot out his name out of the book of life, but I will confess his name before my Father and before his angels. Verse 12. He that overcomes, I will make a pillar in the temple of my God, and he shall go no more out. And I will write upon him a name of my God, the name of the city of my God, which is New Jerusalem. So he's making all of these different promises, all of these treasures, all of these blessings, all of these gifts that he has ready for you and I, if we overcome, if we prevail. And so many are called to this celebration. Many are called to this party, but not everybody's going to show up. You know how that is. If you've ever planned a party or threw a party for yourself, you know how it is. You send out all of these invitations to any and everybody that you think would want to come and that you personally would want to be there, because at parties you want it to be to where you can celebrate with those that you are of the same mind with. What I mean is, you're not going to invite your enemies to the party. You're not going to invite someone who's like a party pooper. No, you're going to invite all of those that they are valuable to you. They bring a benefit to your life. And so with a party, you're not going to find someone celebrating by themselves. No, there's company that's needed. And so Jesus gives the example of the Great Supper in Luke 14 that I want to look at, because this is a great example of what God is already preparing right now. He's preparing a marriage supper right now, and he's calling many people. He says that many are called, but few are chosen. And so everybody's invited. Just like when you send out your invitations to your wedding or to your birthday party or to your baby shower, you have in mind all of those that you want to be a part of this. No, there are specific people that I want to be a part of this, and all of those that you don't want to invite. You're not going to extend an invitation, but there are those that you want to be there. And a lot of times, you may have invited 50 people. But the reality is everybody is not going to show up. Sometimes people have other things that's more important to them that they have to do. Sometimes things come up. And so this example that Jesus gives, he invites everyone, but you got those that have excuses. You have those that are prioritizing other things. You have those where something has come up. And sometimes that happens in life, where things just come up. Emergencies just happen. But for all of those that are destined and ordained to be there, they're going to show up. They're going to receive the invitation, and they're not going to allow anything to get in the way of them making it to this party. No, I have to arrive. I have to get through those gates, because there's a seat with my name on it. There's a seat with your name on it. So Jesus says this here as he's giving this parable. He says, a certain man made a great supper, and he invited many people. That's that invitation. And he sent his servants at supper time to say to them that were bidden, come, for all things are now ready. Jesus is doing this right now. He's making ready the feast. He's making ready the party for you. I enjoy the fact that although the party is for God, he's making it to your liking. He's making it to where you can come and sup and dine with him. He's making it so that you can enjoy yourself, some party, some celebration. That's something to get excited about. He says, come, for all things are now ready. And they all with one consent begin to make excuse. Yeah, God is inviting everybody right now. The invitation is open. The list has been broadened. It's been extended. It's been completely open to everyone. It's no longer limited to the Jews. It's no longer limited to his people by blood. But no, this is for all that has ears to hear. This is for all that has eyes to see and a heart that can perceive. This is for all of those that are not too busy. It says they started to make excuse. People have all kind of excuses that they are making right now in this present time. You have those that say, well, I'm too busy. Busy making an investment, busy setting up things for my children, busy fulfilling my career, busy pursuing relationship, busy getting money, busy trying to start a business, busy trying to get a car off the lot, traveling, trying to go and see this family member here, trying to live their best life. No, I'm busy fulfilling my will and my desire. I'm busy. I have better things to do. I have better things that I'm prioritizing right now. I have better things that's my focus. I have better things that I'm worried about right now. And so coming to your wedding, coming to your birthday party, coming to your baby shower, coming to your party, it's not as important to me. It's not as important to me. To you, it's important. And yet to God, it's important. This party that God is throwing, it's important to him. That's why he wants your presence there. That's why he wants you there. But you may not feel as though this is important to you as it is to the one inviting you. You may feel like, well, I feel like this thing over here is more important. I feel like traveling the world is more important. I feel like pursuing a relationship is more important. I feel like starting my career is more important. I feel like going back to school is more important. I feel like having kids is more important. I feel like making a legacy legacy for myself and my children is more important. I feel like clubbing is more important. I feel like living my life the way I want to live is more important than going to your party. You throwing yourself a party? Well, no, I have better things to do. And so it says they begin to make excuse. The first sentence, I have bought a piece of ground. Yeah, you got people who feel like, well, starting my own business right now is more important. This is what this represents in our day and age. Those that say I have bought a piece of ground. Yeah, I'm investing right now. I'm investing right now. Don't you see I'm trying to build something? Yeah, I bought a piece of land and I must go and see it. I pray you have mercy on me. Excuse me. Make an exception for me, please. Just keep my name on the guest list just in case. Just in case, excuse me. And another said, I have bought 5 yoke of oxen and I go to prove them. I pray you have mercy on me. Excuse me. There are a lot of people, they're going to want to be excused by the Lord. It made me think about the 5 foolish virgins talked about in, I believe it's John 10, and I know I'm all over the place. It's because I'm just so excited. I'm so excited for what God is doing. Or I think it's Matthew 24 or 25. I'm just so excited for what God is doing. I get to be a part of what he's doing in the earth. You get to be a part of what he's doing in the earth. Let me not get sidetracked. Let me finish this, and then I will talk about the 10 versions. The 10 versions, because they are another great example and visual of how people are going to want God to make an exception for them because of who they think they are. They feel entitled. They feel owed things. And so people are going to wait to the last minute. You have those last minute people. I am not a last minute person. I'm going to let you know that now. Sister Liberty is not a last minute person. If there is something that I am assigned to do, if there are things that I need to get done, I'm the kind of person, I like to do things in advance. If I have a bill to pay, I like to do things ahead of time. I am not a last minute person. I prefer to not deal with last minute people because it kind of slows things down. It slows things down. It slows the process down, and it takes away from the fun, having to do things at the last minute. And so you have people, they're going to want to be last minute. Oh, okay, I'm ready to come. And that door, let me let you know something, that there's a time frame. Those gates, those doors are not always going to stay open. Just like at a wedding. When it's time for this wedding to start, those doors are going to be closed. When it's time for this party to start, those doors are going to be closed. We're not going to wait for you because you had better things to do. God is not going to wait for you because you had other things that you thought were more important, that you felt like needed to be prioritized. You're not going to come and say, I know I'm late, I had some things to take care of, but I'm here now. No, there's a time frame on those doors. There's a time frame. Yeah, when it's time for the wedding to start, we don't need no interruptions. We don't need anyone coming in trying to make a grand entrance. No. If you're not here at the appointed time, when those doors are shut, you're going to stay on the other side of those doors. Period. You're going to stay on the other side. And another said, I have married a wife, and therefore I cannot come. So that servant came and showed his Lord these things. Then the master of the house, being angry, said to his servant, go out quickly. Yeah, the king's business requires haste. God doesn't have time to wait around on you to figure out what you want and what you think is more important right now. No, he's going to go and he's going to find those who are available. No, okay, well, go ahead, move quick, move with haste, because time is ticking and things are in the process of being ready. And I need ready people. I need people that are open. I need people that are available. I need people that are open to coming when I call them. And so he says, go out quickly into the streets and lanes of the city and bring in hither the poor and the maimed and the halt and the blind. Yeah. And the servant said, Lord, it is done as you have commanded, and yet there is room. Wait, there's still more room at this party. And so we need to extend the invitation list, because those that were invited, the limit group of people that were invited that felt entitled, had better things to do. And so there's a little bit more space. And so we need more people. And the Lord said unto the servant, go out into the highways and hedges and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled. Yeah, do know that everybody that's been invited that may not come, do know that the space is still going to be filled. Don't think that you not showing up, that there's going to be something missing or something lacking. No, it says that The house is going to be filled. It's going to be filled. Make no mistake about it. If you don't show up, someone else who's available, they will show up. For I say unto you that none of these men which were invited shall taste of my supper. Those that have been called directly, they decide to not answer the call because they have better things to do. They're going to miss out. They're going to miss out. So let's go to Matthew 25 and let's talk about the 10 virgins, because this is another good example of being invited to the party, but not everybody that has been invited is going to get in. So understand that there were 10 and they all were invited. That's why they were on their way. They were on their way. They were invited. They were called to come. They were called to come to this wedding. It says this in Matthew 25. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. Yeah, they are on the right track right now. A lot of people, they're on the right track right now until something else grabs their attention, until something else distracts and detracts from their forward movement. And so it says, and 5 of them were wise and 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. Maybe they felt entitled to some things. Maybe they felt like, you know what, he knows my heart. He knows what I've been through. He knows, that I'm trying. He knows that I'm striving. And so maybe there'll be an exception made. That's what most of us believe, that God is going to make exceptions for us because of who we think we are. We're so entitled. It says, but the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps, while the bridegroom tarried. Yeah. You don't think that God is going to come back tomorrow, and so you're living your life. You're living your life. It says that while the bridegroom tarried, which means I don't want to necessarily say delaying, but he's not coming when they think he's coming. He's not coming when they're expecting him to come. He's tarrying right now. He's waiting around. Jesus says that only the Father knows when he's going to send him back. Jesus himself doesn't even know. And so right now, Jesus is waiting around. But as he's waiting, he's working. He's working. And it says they all slumbered and slept. You got a lot of people that are sleeping, and it's okay to sleep. You got to be sensitive enough to wake up when it's time to wake up. So it's okay to sleep. You just can't fall too deep in it. And at midnight, there was a cry made. There was a cry made. And so those that were sensitive enough to take oil in their lamp, they were vigilant. They were vigilant and they were sober to understanding that, oh no, I need oil in order to make this journey because I don't know what may happen. They were prepared for the unknown and the known. The 5 wise, they were prepared. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a cry made, behold, the bridegroom comes. Go you out to meet him. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time to meet our Maker. It's time. It's time. Then all the virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, give us your oil, for our lamps are going out. But the wise answered, saying, not so, lest there not be enough for us and you, but go rather to them that sell and buy for yourself. There's going to come a time where those of us who we are making ourselves available to the Lord to fill, he's giving us things in his presence. He's preparing us now for that day. And all of those that are not prepared, there's going to come a time you're not going to be able to get from us. No, that day is going to come where everybody's going to have their own oil. And those that don't have, you're going to be stuck because you're not going to be able to get it from those that do have, because they're only going to have enough for them. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came. Yeah. While people went to try and prepare themselves and get their lives right, Jesus is going to come as a thief in the night. Just like right here, he came as a thief in the night. It says, while they went to buy, he came. And they that were ready, all of those that are ready right now, he's making you ready. He's preparing you. They that were ready went into the marriage, and the door was shut. And the door was shut. Afterwards came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. But he answered and said, verily I say unto you, I don't know you. I don't know you. Watch therefore, for you know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man comes. A lot of people are going to be very shocked when that door is shut in their faces. They're going to be very shocked. They're going to be very caught off guard because they've made it up within themselves that they have time. That's what the foolish thought about. That, oh no, I have time. No. Jesus says, woe unto that servant that says within himself that the master or my Lord delays is coming, and he goes out doing other things. Because Jesus is going to come as a thief in the night. You know what that means? He's going to come at a time where you least expect it. Jesus gave the parable about the thief that broke into the house. He said that if the head of the household had known at what hour the thief was coming, then he would not have allowed this thief to break in. He would not have suffered him to break in and to steal things. If he had known, if I know what hour you're coming, then I'm going to be waiting for you. I'm going to be ready. I'm going to be prepared. And I'm not going to allow you to just come and do what you want. And so we have to remain vigilant and sober, because not everybody is going to go and make it to this party. Not everybody is ordained and destined to be here. One of the beautiful things about this celebration that God is throwing for himself is that it's going to be a party like never before. It's going to be a party that you've never seen, that you've never experienced. It's going to go on forever. This is a ongoing celebration. And guess what? I think one of the most beautiful parts about this celebration is that you're going to be able to see the face. You're going to be able to see the face of God. Your mind can't even fathom what that's like. Your mind can't grasp hold of the thought of seeing the face of God. We're going to look at Revelation. It talks about how we're going to be with God. He's going to be with us forever. There's not going to be no nighttime. It's going to be great. It's going to be beautiful. We get to rejoice. There's going to be all kind of things there awaiting for your arrival. Revelation 19 verse 9 says, and he said unto me, right, blessed are they which are called unto the marriage supper of the Lamb. Blessed. You are blessed when you answer the call. You are blessed when you are invited and you accept the invitation. You accept the invitation. So there are a lot of great things that are going to happen to all of those that get to be there. They get to be there. They get to be there. Let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him, for the marriage of the Lamb is come, and his wife has made herself ready. His wife has made herself ready. And to her was granted that she should be arrayed in fine linen, clean and white. For the fine linen is the righteousness of saints. That's beautiful. That's so beautiful to know that we, the church, we are the bride of Christ. We are the bride of Christ. And this is why in Revelation it talks about the church keeping herself clean, keeping herself without spots and without blemish, in preparation of the king, in preparation of the groom. Yeah, he's coming back for a church without spots. He's coming back for a bride that has adorned herself in fine linen and that's clean and keeping herself clean. So one of the things that I want to pinpoint about what God is preparing is the fact that there's going to be a new earth. There's going to be the new Jerusalem that's going to come out of God. And he says that you're going to be able to be with him. You're going to see him as he is. I want to look at this in Revelation 21. I occasionally read this to remind myself what God has prepared for me. If I continue strong, if I overcome, I'm going to get to be with God forever. I'm going to get to be with him forever. There's not going to be any more tears. There's not going to be any more death. No more sorrow, no more cry. There's not going to be any more pain. All of this stuff is going to be passed away. He's going to make new things because he makes all things new. I'm so excited that I'm all over the place. I'm all over the place. Revelation 21 verse 22. And I saw no temple therein, for the Lord God Almighty and the Lamb are the temple of it. And the city had no need of sun, neither of the moon to shine in it, for the glory of God did lighten it. And the Lamb is the light thereof. And the nations of them which are saved shall walk in the light of it. And the kings of the earth do bring their glory and honor into it. And the gates of it shall not be shut at all by day, for there shall be no night. So this is not the, because you may say, well, you just said if the doors are closed. No, this is talking about the New Jerusalem. This is talking about the New Jerusalem. You're not even going to make it to this point if your name is not found in the Lamb's Book of Life. You're not going to be able to get into this party if you're not on the list, meaning you did not accept the invitation. Yeah, there's a VIP list. There's a VIP list. So many people are going to show up and say, Lord, Lord, like the five foolish, like the individuals talked about in Matthew 7. They're going to say, Lord, Lord, open to me. Jesus is going to say, I don't know who you are. Who are you? And they're going to be the ones that say, what are you talking about? Have I not prophesied in your name, cast out devils in your name, done many works in your name? And Jesus is going to say to them, depart from me. I don't know who you are. You're not on this VIP list. You're not on this list right here. But I know you, Lord. I know you. You remember you sent me an invitation? I might have sent you an invitation, but apparently you did not accept it because you're not on this VIP list. You're not on this list. And so everybody is not going to make it to this point. They're not going to be able to get through these gates. For there shall be no night there, and they shall bring the glory and honor of the nations into it. And there shall in no wise enter into it anything that defiles. So yeah, the gates are going to be open, but you're going to be on the outside of those gates trying to figure out why you're not on the other side. And this is why it says that in no wise anything that is defiled, anything that works abomination, anything that makes a lie are not going to be able to enter into these gates. So you can see the gates all you want, but you won't be walking through them. But they which are written in the Lamb's Book of Life. And he showed me a pure, this is chapter 22. He showed me a pure river of water of life, clear as crystal. Your mind can't even fathom what all this is going to even look like. We have no idea. We can't imagine. We can only imagine what this is going to look like. Water that's crystal clear, proceeding out of the throne of God and of the Lamb. And in the midst of the street of it, and on either side of the river was there a tree of life, which bare 12 manner of fruit, and yielding her fruit every month. And the leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations. You can't even fathom. And there shall be no more curse, but the throne of God and of the Lamb shall be in it, and his servants shall serve him. Your mind can't even put that image together because you don't even know what that's like. You can go to Vancouver. You can go to the Bahamas. You can go to the Virgin Islands, and you can go and you can see that water as beautiful as it is. You can go to Mexico and you can go to those beaches in those waters. You can visit Sandal and you can go to the beaches of Jamaica and you can see how beautiful those waters are. But that is nothing compared to this right here. That is nothing compared, because we see these things and it's breathtaking. Yeah. It's breathtaking to see such a sight like that where the water is crystal clear. You can see right through. You can see through it all the way to the bottom of the sand. And then there's some places where the sands are different colors. They're different colors. And the creatures in the ocean and in the sea, they're different colors. And you can see them when you go to these places. And it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. But it's nothing compared to what the new earth is going to look like. It's nothing compared to the new Jerusalem that's going to come out of God. It's nothing compared to that. And they shall see his face. Do you understand that we're going to see the face of God? We're going to see him in his fullness. You get to see God. We know that in our fleshly bodies, no man can see God. No man has saw God. But there's going to come a time where you're going to be able to see God. Your natural body can't even handle the thought of that. It does something on the inside just thinking about, wait a minute, I'm going to see the face of God. And his name shall be in your foreheads. Some people are going to have the mark of the beast, and some people are going to have the mark of God on their foreheads. Let it be you that has the mark of God on your foreheads. And there shall be no more night there. And they need no candle, neither light of the sun, for the Lord God gave them light. and they shall reign forever and ever. And he said unto them, these things are faithful and true. And the Lord God of the holy prophets sent his angel to show unto his servant the things which must shortly be done. Behold, I come quickly. Blessed is he that keeps the sayings of the book of blessed. Let me slow down. I told you I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so overwhelmed. Blessed is he that keeps the saying of the prophecy of this book. And I, John, saw these things and heard them. And when I heard and seen, I fell down to worship the feet of the angel which showed me these things. Then said him unto me, see thou do it not, for I am your fellow servant. And he says that because the word of God says that we're going to judge angels. We're going to judge angels when we get there. And of thy brethren, the prophets, and of them which keep the saying of this book, worship God. Worship God. And he said unto me, seal not the sayings of the prophecy of this book, for the time is at hand. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. He which is filthy, let him be filthy still. He that is righteous, let him be righteous still. He that is holy, let him be holy still. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according to his works. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. Blessed are all they that do this commandment, that they may have right to the tree of life. There are promises that are awaiting you. There are treasures that are awaiting you. There are gifts awaiting you at this marriage feast for the Lamb. He's throwing himself a party, and he desires that your presence be there. He desires that you be there because he wants you to delight in what he's making available to you. He wants you to have it. Blessed are they that do his commandment, that they may have right to the tree of life, and may enter in through the gates into the city. But for without are dogs and sorcerers and homemongers and murderers and idolaters and whosoever love and make a lie. So yeah, there are going to be many people standing outside of the gate wishing and trying to figure out why they are not on the other side. There are going to be many people trying to figure out, well, why am I not in there? Yeah, those are those that practice iniquity. Those are those that had excuses. Those are those that felt entitled. Those are those that felt as though God would make an exception for them. They are those that are going to miss out. They are those in which the door is going to be shut on them, and they're going to hear, depart from me. I, Jesus, have sent my angel to testify unto you these things in the churches. That's what he's doing now. That's what he's doing now. He's sending those who he's called and appointed to testify that he's coming back. And that we must be ready. You must be ready. Yes, the invitation, it may not have a time and a date on it. Yeah, this is one of those invitations. One of those invitations to where just know that you are invited. Know that you are invited and be ready. Well, when is it? The party is coming soon. Just be ready. That means don't put too much on your schedule. Don't do things that's going to occupy too much of your time. Just know that I'm sending out this invitation, and this event it's coming soon. It's coming soon. It's going to occur. It's going to happen. Just be sober. Just be vigilant. Be ready. Be ready. We have to be watchful and prayerful. Every day I have to be ready. But there's no time and date on this place, on this invitation, Jesus. I know. But all of those that know how to be ready, they're going to make it in. It doesn't have to have a time and a date on this invitation. It's not like other invitations to where there's a time, date, place, and location. No, this invitation, it has your name and it's inviting you. It doesn't have a time and it doesn't have a date. Just be ready. Be ready for when I call. Be ready for when I tell you that day is approaching. Be ready. Be ready. Be ready because it's going to come. That day is going to come. That event is going to approach. Yeah, be ready. Be ready. Stay vigilant and stay sober. May the Spirit of God give you ears to hear in Jesus' name.